Hello there, you amazing viewers and subscribers, and welcome to a brand new Doctor Who Top 5 video. So for this Top 5, it is my Top 5 Fifth Doctor stories, aka my Top 5 Peter Davison stories. Now, I've actually met Peter Davison in real life, so I'm actually going to put all 3 images of me meeting him at different times, in different cosplays. I absolutely like Peter Davison's Doctor. It's something new that the classic Who never really had before. I mean, you had the grumpiness of William Hartnell's Doctor. You kind of had like the clownish side of the cunning side of the Doctor for Troughton. You got the big scientist for John Pertwee's Doctor, and then of course you got the big space ego of the 4th Doctor. The 5th Doctor became more of a charming sort of person. Yeah, okay, he had some moments where he reminded me a bit of William Hartnell's Doctor, with him being really young, and he's acting like he's all old and grumpy and everything, and like in certain episodes. So this is my top 5 favourite episodes from the 5th Doctor's era. Now, the 5th Doctor, I don't know how people class him. I actually class his era starting in 1981, when he regenerates at the end of Logopolis. But then, of course, with the whole BBC strikes yet again at the BBC in 1981, Peter Davison's first season was delayed up until January. So I really do feel sorry for Peter Davison, because his first season, basically everyone had to wait kind of a lot of a year, because Logopolis aired on the 28th, 30th that time in 1981, and then it returned in the show on the 3rd of January 1982. So yeah, you know, it was a very big long wait for people to see the 5th Doctor. And of course we had some fantastic stories from Peter Davison, either in TV and of course in Big Finish. So for this video, I'm going to do some honourable mentions for Big Finish stories, because I absolutely love Big Finish and I absolutely love the TV stories as well. So in 5th place, I'm going to give this one a fantastic up, because it is of course The Visitation. I absolutely love this story. When I first watched the story, going back way in 2004, 2005 type time, and it was out on DVD, The Visitation was absolutely brilliant. I absolutely love the Tellarites. The Tellarites are a fantastic design, especially when you got the one with the burnt eye, and you got the other 2, and they're literally trying to think of creating the Black Death. The whole deadly plague basically comes from them, and they're taking control of people by using like wristbands with literal buzzing sounds. I absolutely love the Tellarites design. I absolutely love the fact how they've got their robot to walk around in a Grim Reaper costume. A robot going around dressed as the Grim Reaper to scare people away. That's just genius. The people don't like the Grim Reaper, so we're just going to build a robot and disguise him as the Grim Reaper. So I absolutely love how the Doctor, Nyssa, Tegan and Adric basically end up trying to literally get caught. Adric and Tegan basically do get captured by the Tellarites and basically put to work by him, while the Doctor and Nyssa is basically trying to think of a way how to defeat them. And then of course we go to London, and basically the Doctor causes the Great Fire of London. I absolutely love The Visitation. It's just another great story. It's brilliant. I absolutely love it. Number 4. I have to admit, in 4th place, I have had to put this one in 4th place because I absolutely do enjoy it. It's brilliant. It is Resurrection of the Daleks. Now, the Doctor is travelling with Tegan still, and with a new companion, aka Tarlo. But he's basically an old companion because he was introduced in the season before this. And of course, the Daleks return after a big 5-year rest after Destiny of the Daleks. So what can I say about this story? Well, since the war with the Movellans has really not gone well for the Daleks, the Daleks have gone back looking for their creator, the creator of the Daleks, aka Davros, this time played by Terry Malloy. And Terry Malloy gives a fantastic performance as Davros. Every time you kind of have a Terry Malloy back as Davros in this story, with the Colin Baker one and the Sylvester McCoy one, his performance gets better each time as Davros, and this one is really good. Why? Because I absolutely love that line where he goes, "Once the Doctor is exterminated, I shall build a new race of Daleks. They will be even more deadly, and I, Davros, shall be the leader." I absolutely love the way how Davros basically goes insane and everything else. I honestly love it. And of course, Tegan leaves. Yeah, Tegan says goodbye to the Doctor because he gets a bit too much for her. Sorry, Tegan. So number 3, my third favourite you know, Peter Davison's story has got to be the Five Doctors. I absolutely love the Five Doctors. So what can I say about this one? Well, we have the Lord President of Gallifrey, aka Lord President Borusa, basically taking the Doctors out of time. He takes the first Doctor out of time, he takes Susan out of time, he takes the second Doctor out of time, he takes the Brigadier out of time, he ends up taking John Pertwee out of time, Sarah Jane Smith out of time. He does try and get hold of the fourth Doctor and Mono, but they kind of get trapped, and really ends up to the fourth, fifth, and basically to the first, second, and third, and fifth Doctors to try and actually talk to Russell and say, one of us is trapped. I know he too shall be freed. That's because Tom Baker didn't want to come back into the role after having a 2-year stepping away from the role. Also, this story is just superb. Honestly, I love the fact we're on Gallifrey. I love the fact we've got Cybermen in this one. I love the fact we've got a Dalek, basically not literally just like a little bit of a cameo in the first Doctor kind of destroys it. We also have the Yeti in this story as well, and of course the Master. And the Master's got to work with the Doctor to try and save the Doctor, even though the Doctor really doesn't basically believe him at first. And then he does betray the Doctors by teaming up with the Cybermen, and then basically he wants immortality for himself, and then he gets knocked out by the Brigadier. Yeah, really good story that is. If you haven't seen the Five Doctors, highly recommend it. Honourable mentions. I've got 2 Big Finish honourable mentions for you, amazing lot. So the first honourable mention for Big Finish is Empire of the Rachnos. Now this stars Peter Davison as the 5th Doctor on his own in the middle of a Time Lord / the war with the Rachnos. And honestly, this Big Finish audio is just superb. Honestly, just superb. It's brilliant, it's amazing, and I absolutely love it. It's just another good one. And then another honourable mention has got to be Alien Heart and Dalek Soul, where the 5th Doctor and Nyssa kind of get copied by the Daleks and duplicated, so they can try and basically work out a massive plan how to use these duplicates of the Doctor and Nyssa to go across the universe to cause trouble. This story is just absolutely brilliant, and I absolutely love it. So, my number 2, my second favourite Peter Davison story has got to be Earthshock. Honestly, this one for me, it's just brilliant. I love the fact that Summer returned after an 8-year kind of big, massive rest. You've got a whole new design of the Cybermen. They've got a new plan. They're trying to destroy Earth. They're going to plan, after the Doctor basically interferes with a cyber bomb on Earth, they go to try and crash the freighter into Earth. And then, when that don't work, because of Adric basically hacking into their computer and sending it back in time to the age of the dinosaurs, and basically the freighter was the whole course of the dinosaurs being wiped out, and the TARDIS team basically do see Adric's death. Yeah. I'm so sorry, Adric. The Simon shut the console. He couldn't tellerize. Adric's dead. Sorry. And number 1, my all-time favourite Peter Davison story has got to be The Caves of Androsani. This one is absolutely superb. The 5th Doctor goes out as a hero. He sacrifices his own life to save a girl he's only just met in the previous story, which is Peri, and it causes him to die from spectrotoxemia. Now, I absolutely do love this story, The Curse of Fenric, The Caves of Androsani. I honestly just love The Caves of Androsani. It is superb. It's brilliant. I love Sirius Jack. I absolutely love Morgus, who is the main villain. And of course, we do have Stotsy, who I think, yeah, he's a bit of a knob. But he does get his own comments. He does kill his own men after they're basically kind of trying to trace the Doctor, Androsani Minor, after he makes the spaceship crash because he's trying to save Peri. Because the only cure to spectrotoxemia, it's bat's milk. Okay, the 5th Doctor's got to go and get bat's milk for him and Peri to survive. He only has enough bat's milk for one person. He gives it to Peri, and it triggers off his regeneration, and the 6th Doctor goes out. Sorry, the 5th Doctor goes out as a big, massive hero into his next incarnation, who basically tries to strangle her the story after. So that is my 5 favourite Peter Davison stories, with 2 honourable mentions from Big Finish. What are your favourite stories from the 5th Doctor's era? Let me know in the comments. Please do like, subscribe and share, and join for more awesome Doctor Who content. Have a cracking day, and I'm glad that you all love my channel, and thank you so much. Have a good day.